Hey guys, welcome to your first day of remote learning. I am already missing you all, and we're going to be in this together. This is obviously a new experience for all of us, and I'm here to support you along the way. I'll be doing office hours with each of you in your classes every day for an hour if you need specific help or to do lessons, and I'm always available through email. But I wanted to start today just by making sure everybody has a book. What are you reading? Do you have something to read? Do you have something you would like to read? One of the things that I'm going to make sure that all of you are doing as much as possible while we're home is reading each day. So, in addition to what we're working on in English with our writing or other things, I want to make sure that you're all reading independently. It's so important and such a wonderful way to kind of take some self-care and relax in this sort of a situation. So after you watch this video, I'm going to have you go to the Google form that I've linked to this post, and I want you to fill that out. I'm just asking you a few questions. What are you currently reading? What do you want to read next? How are you going to be able to read? What do you have access to? I'm just trying to support everybody to be able to find new books that you want to read as easily as possible. So please go and fill out that Google form. So one of the things I want to make sure is that you not only have a book that you intend to start reading today, or that you have a book that you're already reading, but that you have a few books lined up that you are interested in reading. It's really helpful to think that through and to always be kind of finding books that you might be interested in, saving them, so that when you're looking for a book, you have something already in mind, and it doesn't become this kind of open-ended scramble every time you need a book. So I'd like you to ideally have kind of a book that you're currently reading and then two books that you'd like to read next. So for me, I'm reading this book, Ash Princess, right now, and then I'm going to be reading two books for the March Book Madness Challenge. So I'm going to read Black Wings Beating, and then I'm going to read Illuminae. Those two are facing off, and I wanted to read both of those. So that's kind of my plan for the next little bit for those three books. If you want to do March Book Madness, I really encourage you to do it. I would love for us all to be able to do it remotely. I will have the list of books up and the brackets, so you can look there. I know a few of you took books home, but there's always other ways to get the books. I have a few more left at school, so you could also arrange perhaps to go and pick one up at school. But that'll be part of the Google form question, is I want to see too who is interested in doing the March Book Madness competition, or tournament, really. And then the other thing that I'm also interested in is actually doing a remote book club with anyone who's interested in grades 6, 7, and 8. So if you enjoy reading books with other people and like to be able to talk about books and discuss books and find really fun books to read together, I want to do a book club with you guys. But it's completely optional, so you only need to do it if that sounds kind of fun to you. So if you are interested in doing that, please note that on the Google form so that I can start figuring out who wants to participate, and we can start thinking about the book that we might want to read for that first. So that's another thing I have planned for independent reading. You can expect that I'm going to be asking you to do something with your independent reading each week and sometimes each day. So it might be something as simple as go on this Padlet wall and everybody's going to answer a question about their protagonist or their writing style, or make a prediction. And then there might be something else where you're doing a little bit more personal response to whatever it is you're reading. But I'll let you know about that each day and each week as I determine what those assignments will be. All right, so I'm going to show you now a little bit more about some of the apps I really like for reading books digitally. So I'm going to talk to you about the Libby app, which is a really great way to rent ebooks for free from your local library. If you have a library card, you can do this. And then for those of you, I know not everybody has an e-reader, so if you are out of books at your house and you don't have an e-reader, don't worry, you can still read books through your computer, and I'm going to show you a few different websites that make that possible. Okay, so I wanted to show you some of the options for reading books online. So this is the app Libby that I really like, that I was talking about a little bit before, but it's basically a way for you to be able to rent ebooks from your local library if you have a Kindle or a Nook, or there's the Kindle app on your iPad or your iPhone or another smartphone. Then you can just download this app, link it to your public library account. So you just need your library card, your library account number, and then you can just start browsing. And there's lots of audiobook files and just ebooks. And then you can borrow it like you would a normal book. I guess you can either read it right through this Libby app. There's a reader that is part of it, or you can have it sent to your Kindle app, which is what I like to do. And then if you have a Kindle reader, you can even then read it on your Kindle, which is really nice. So this one is really great for those of you who have Kindles or Nooks or another e-reader and you just want more access to books without having to buy them. I highly recommend this Libby app. It's changed my life. It's really great. If you don't have a Kindle or a Nook or an e-reader, there are still ways that you can read books online through your computer. And so I wanted to show you a couple of those options. So one of them is Google Books. So this is all going to be linked on the doc that I'm sharing on Classroom today. But Google Books has, you just search just like you would any normal Google file. So something like I don't know, a lot of people, so that say we wanted to find books written by Mary Lou, we would just search, and then it comes up with a list of all of her books. You can preview the books, and it's typically around 20% of the book that the publisher allows you to preview. And so you can just click on the preview, and then it'll take you to the book. And you can just read, the first section of the book and see if you like it. Or you can kind of skip through the book however you want. It just depends. Apparently there's a new version. Cool, I'll have to check that out. Going back to the search, you can also just go to like Google eBooks, and then you can actually then, if you want to, I don't know what just happened there. Buy the ebook. Of course, with parental permission, but that's a great way to buy books and be able to read them on your computer if you don't have an e-device and you don't have a lot of books at home right now. You can also, some of the books are free, but typically the ones I want to read don't tend to be available for free. So that's a really great tool. You can, of course, also search by title. So say you wanted to read like The Fire on High for our March Book of Madness. Whoops. I don't know why. Oh, because it's on free. So any books. There it is with The Fire on High. So then I can click on this. I can look at more editions. It can show me kind of the different editions that there are. Again, we can preview it. You can click on the book. And it's going to take you right there. You can start to read it through this preview, and then again, you could buy it through there if you want to. You could also read it once it's bought. You can read that on a tablet or an e-reader or whatever, but you can also just read it right on your computer. Another good option is Open Library. This has all sorts of books. They tend to be classics or books that are older. But they are free, which is really great. So if you want to read a book, for free, and you don't mind dipping into some classics, those of you who love sci-fi, maybe you want to read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you can borrow it. You just have to type in your, make an account, log in, and then you'll be able to get it. It's pretty easy to access that. And then another option is this Project Gutenberg, where they've been just uploading hundreds and hundreds, thousands of classic books onto here. And it's really these are really, you're getting into your classics here, but some I love Jane Austen always, so say I wanted to read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and it's as easy as then deciding which format. So if you have a Kindle, you could actually read it and have it sent to your Kindle, or you can read it online, or you can do kind of an EPUB, and it's going to download it for me right here. And then I can read it right there, like it's a book. Yeah, so there we go. So then I can just get right to it, chapter 1, and then I can read it that way. So those are a few different options for finding books online. So we have my favorite, Libby. If you have a Kindle, this is your friend. Use Libby. If you don't, then you can read a lot of great books through your computer if you don't mind purchasing books. Google Books is a great way to do that. You'll still be able to access them, and it's pretty friendly for online reading. And then if you don't mind classics or you want to dig in and see what you can get for free, Open Library is a really great resource, and Gutenberg is a really great resource. I will, as this situation unfolds, I'm assuming publishers and different companies are going to give a lot of access to digital reading. So I will keep you updated as I find new resources for that. Okay. Happy reading.